Hey, I just want to give a quick energy update. I got a message from our galactic friends, the Palladians, last night, and it has to do with children. Also, a little update on how this awakening is going for the collective. All right, so last night I saw like a huge energy beam. It was a bluish in color, move from an area where there was a star or a ship or a starship to the ground, and it was undeniable. It looked like a bright blue, kind of short beam that went straight from that area in the sky down. And then I saw the ship, and then I realized that I wanted to communicate with the ship, so I asked if it was okay. And if you guys don't know, I've been in contact with many different ETs for many years now. But I started seeing the ships because they're there, the energetic, and they cloak themselves, and they'll make themselves be able to be seen by you if you're ready to see them. And I started seeing them about over like 2 years ago. And the first ETs from the sky that I connected with, because the first ETs I connected with were Archangels, but in the sky were the Nordics, which is also from the Palladium star system. But they gave me the message that they will be in contact with the Lightworkers soon when it's time. And I mentioned in my first post on this channel that it is time. And I know a lot of my Lightworkers friends, even those that don't really communicate with ETs, have been communicating with them. So they're here to contact us. They're here to talk to us, give us updates, help us out. Just say hi. Sometimes they just say hi just to get us comfortable with communicating with them telepathically, energetically. Anyway, so this was a unique phenomenon. My jaw was literally on the floor. And although I see these kind of events and phenomena happen a lot, it still surprises me. As light workers, if something very beautiful and divine and miraculous happens, like it doesn't matter how many times you've seen miracles happen, or the divine interact with you on this physical plane, it still is awesome. It still leaves you in awe. It's completely amazing. Anyway, so I saw the ship. I always make sure, although I know at this point that I only connect with high vibrational beings, even some that are not. But, if you're not comfortable with them, you want to ask, if they're on the light side or night side, why are they here? Why are they communicating with you? And, you just want to make sure that you know who you're interacting with, the energy that you're interacting with, because there are malefic energies out there, and not all ETs are, here just to save humanity or help humanity or guide us. Like, they have their own agenda too, and it may align with ours, but not, everyone has their reason to communicate, right, with us. So you always want to double check, ask some questions. Anyway, so they said they're here because a lot of the light workers are remembering now and fully waking up to the truth of what really happened in the past. And it's important because a lot of the human history has been distorted, has been written off, has been made up, has been hidden. And it's like we have just like a hint of what's out there. Like, even the archaeologists out there, they're like planted. They're told to say things. They're told not to dig in certain sites or areas. They're told not to give the truth. We know about the history books, how it's made up. We know that like it's usually the victors of a war that write history. So and this goes to the oligarchy and what narrative they want to have us believe, so they can profit off of these ideas. It's deep rooted, right? And so even us, light workers, truthers, starseeds, wayshowers, spiritual warriors, whatever you like to call yourself, even though we've been down many rabbit holes, and even though we have seen this in action, uncovered a lot of truth, we still have a very small percentage of the truth uncovered of our history. And we all know little bits of it, little parts of it. And so it's so important for us to kind of talk about what we know happened in the past, ask questions, be curious about everything. I'm going to circle back to that at the end. But yeah, it's because we're remembering our past lives, our ancestral past, and a lot of truth, not just about politics, about the swamp and the government, is coming to the forefront. A lot of these things about our history. Was there a worldwide kingdom that lived in peace and harmony, that thrived off of creativity and passion and kindness? Is that why there's buildings that are very similar in structure and architecture all around the world in every single country? Anyway, so yeah, a lot of lightworkers are reviewing, using what they know already to guide them during this time, which is kind of like a transition time for a lot of lightworkers, where you're transitioning into your soul mission, into your new life, into the next stage of your journey. But the message they had for me was pretty, it was powerful and disturbing at the same time, but it needs to be put out there. So they said that children have a purity and innocence, and therefore children have this kind of power, because purity and innocence is purely divine, and that is a power, that is a virtue for a reason. And that's why the powers that were attempt to erase and erode this purity and innocence in children early on. It's happened to us as well when we were younger. There's a reason that the powers that were used children in many malicious ways for their own gain. Yes, we know about adrenochrome. That is one of them. We know that they use children in satanic rituals. But there is something with mind control that children can do. Most of our minds, yours, mine, lightworkers, everyone's minds, and our energy, our auric field, only accept and receive signals or energy or instructions from things outside of ourselves, outside of our bodies, if and only if they are seemingly coming from pure light sources. We only accept things if we feel like they're the truth, if they're good for us, or if they seem like they're from the divine. So knowing that, we also know subliminals are a tool that can be used to help you. You've seen YouTube videos where there's subliminal messaging that you can listen to while you're sleeping or working out or doing whatever chores and stuff that can help you manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. We also know it's a tool, so subliminals can also be used against humans, and we know that's been happening. The powers that were use subliminal messaging in commercials and TV shows and movies and everything that they put out. So with these signals, so through television broadcasting, through radio, they put these subliminal messages, right? But when you attach a very pure, innocent light, like that of a child, to these horrible energetic broadcasts, it masks that malicious energy. The children's energy is used as a masking tactic. And so that brings me back to the point that discernment is so important, more important than ever before. Be curious, question everything, because there's so many layers to the truth. So many layers that during this time where we know that there's a great awakening, where we know as light workers that a lot of the collective is going to be awakening to some of these truths that have been being hidden from them. I like to say that they weren't ready to see the truth because they weren't ready to see the truth within them. As within, so without. If they can't see the truth within them, who they are, why they are the way they are, that they are divine beings, if they can't see the truth within themselves, if they can't see the truth outside of themselves in their environment and in other parts of their life. So there's a lot of layers to these truths. And during this great awakening time, it's not only these so-called unawakened souls that have been sleeping that are going to find out new truths. It's everyone, even the powers that have a wealth of this occult knowledge, are going to find some things that are shocking and new to them. Even light workers that have been able to connect to the Akashic records for a long time, even people who have uncovered a lot of information about politicians and our true history, everyone will find out new truths. It's so funny because as I'm saying this, I'm seeing 2 pieces of debris fall from the sky. So interesting. The sky is falling. Yeah, so question everything. There are beings out there that have been hidden from us, that exist on this planet's surface, not even inner Earth or in the sky, on the same ground that you and I walk on, that are locked away or hidden away or have their area on Earth, the national parks being one of them. And this whole thing about the South Pole, Antarctica, there's a pyramid there, something underground there, alien technology. It's where a lot of people have gone to hide out and, plan things out. Devastation for humanity, for the planet. All these famous people are going there one by one on boat. There's a reason that they're distracting a lot of people with Antarctica. And I believe it's because the real truth, the real jewel, is the North Pole. And I've been looking and I've been searching and I've been researching a lot about the North Pole, as much as I can find. And there isn't an accurate map of the North Pole. It's all distorted. It's really well hidden. There's a reason that they're distracting from the North Pole to the South Pole. And as we're uncovering more and more truths, they're going to try to sway us to something that is not true. And we all heard of this false flag event, this fake alien invasion that they're going to plant with Project Bluebeam on humanity soon. And that's going to sway us from some truths that are right under our noses. What are stars? Are they cities in the sky? Like how when you see an archangel or an ascended master appear around you, a guardian angel or pastoral loved one, their energy appears to us as an orb because they're on a lighter density plane. Are stars cities in the sky on other density planes, other dimensional planes? Is the moon hollow? Is the Earth flat? Is it not? Are there multiple galaxies and multiverses? Like they're saying and planting the idea of in Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe? Are only certain people gifted and have powers? Or are they trying to hide some sort of truth? You know, you just got to keep questioning things and use your discernment skills and connect with others that may get downloads that works with your download. You gotta put these pieces of the puzzle together, my friends. All right. Much love, light, and peace.